Hey everyone, so yeah, Drastic 44 back. So I posted a video out yesterday, kind of talking about limited time modes, which was kind of following on from some other videos that I'd done. Now, something I did kind of want to mention really is that, of course, today, as I'm sure some of you will know, they brought out a limited time mode. Now, immediately my initial thought was, oh wow, a limited time mode, cool. But it's the same old one that we'd seen before, Dummy's Day Out. And I suppose, I don't know about you guys, but I felt very disappointed. Now, I tried the mode for one game. I thought, hey, you know what? Let's try that one game and let's see how it is. Is it different? Is there at least something a little bit more interesting in it? And the answer was no. So, I did a video, I did some suggestions about some limited time modes, and I also did some that I linked in the other video as well. Check them out. I'd love to hear some new ideas, because, let's face it, I think we can all safely say that I feel that Apex Legends really needs some fresh and new content. It's getting very, 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 very to the point where it's a bit frustrating, and also very kind of repetitious in a way. Now, I do like the game, I've said this before, and I will stick to that. I do. However, I do find that, there's the long for new content, the long for something different is great. Now, don't get me wrong, I know with all the things that have gone on at the moment, you can't expect loads and loads of new things coming out and loads of changes and things because they're not able to do it. Makes sense, doesn't it? And that's fine. That makes no problem at all. I'll live with that and all the rest. But of course, if they're going to bring out limited time modes, I would just like to see something different, something, community maybe, even if they had community voting on various ideas and then they actually took that idea on board and kind of used it, would be absolutely amazing. Now, there are two subjects that I wanted to speak about in today's video. One, of course, was about the limited time modes and how disappointed I personally was. How did you feel about Dummy's Day Out? Do you like that mode? Do you find it fun? Or did you, like myself, not like it? Let me know. But the other thing was really to mention about energy weapons. Now, I played some games with Viper today, and let me be honest, I found it very, very, very frustrating. Now, it has been an ongoing thing. It's not like as if I've just, played it today. Suddenly it's been the same new problem that I've never encountered before. It's been definitely the same repetitious problem. And I think that, it is something that really needs to be addressed because, let's face it, it's getting worse and worse and worse. And that, of course, is the classic energy ammo, energy weapons, the power, how much damage they do, how absolutely skillless you need to be to wield one. Now, I know in the clip you'll see me using a Vault, and you've got to. I mean, if you don't use an energy weapon, you are going to die. Now, that is not the way a game should feel like. You should feel like you have plenty of choices about what weapons you should use. And don't get me wrong, I do use various different guns. I'll use the Hemlock, I'll use the Flatline, I'll use different guns, and I like to do that. But tonight particularly, I think, was just one of the more irritating ones where I just felt like every single person that I encountered, and every single death that I had as well, was actually an energy weapon. Now, the big thing is that, I think, apart from the fact that the game is very, garbage when it comes to audio, it's always been a massive problem with, this particular game, and it's very frustrating. I think that the death by energy weapons is always probably the worst feeling that you can have, because I think it's just to a point where you just find that you're constantly dying and you've got no time to react. So it's not very much different to how the time to kill was originally, only that you get a little bit longer against most weapons, just not energy weapons as such. So yeah, I mean, at the moment, I suppose, okay, the reason that I'm bringing up this particular video is because I know that there will be mixed opinions. I understand that. And, I don't blame people. Some people love energy weapons. They love being able to feel super powerful. The Devotion's very user and easy, friendly to use. But let's be honest, it's a very, very strong weapon. And it never should have been, to be honest, taken out of a care package weapon. But then you've got the Vault. Now, I feel like the Havoc is in a place where it should be. It is very hard hitting. With the turbocharger, it's insanely strong. But you have to kind of be able to control the recoil. And if you can control the recoil, and you can kind of get away with that, and you can hit your targets, fair play. The L-Star has got a very funky hitbox, so again, not the biggest deal. Very rarely killed by that. But you can see this person here firing at a Volt. Somehow they managed to miss every bullet, and I don't even know how that is possible. Clearly they were quite terrible. But if they'd hit their shots, my purple shield would have meant nothing, and of course I would have instantly died. It's an absolute nightmare. Energy weapons are a nightmare, and I feel that this is a very big problem within the game that Respawn need to look at and solve. So I kind of feel that, like, I think a big feeling is at the moment, you know, definitely between me and a lot of various people that I speak to, they feel that there's a couple of main problems. Now, they have solved one by putting the Evo shields back to the old health, which is great. The next step. So, okay, the devotion needs to be either a care package weapon. That is quite clearly, I think a lot of people say that, even the big time YouTubers. But I also feel that, you know, if it's not going to be a care package weapon, it needs to be toned down in the sense of it needs to be brought down in the terms of damage. Now, against like a Caustic or a Gibraltar, the devotion isn't as great. But then against all the other characters, it's insane, and it's even worse if you happen to be a Pathfinder main, a Wraith main, a Lifeline main, or a Watson main. You're going to get absolutely beamed, and you've got nothing that you can really do about it. Now, I think the big thing is that also then you've got an abundance of the Volts, and what makes it even worse is that there is a huge abundance of energy ammo. I mean, you know, when I used to play, this was a long time ago at the beginning of the game, energy ammo was much rarer. So you'd usually, if you were playing with a pre-made squad, what you'd do is you'd have one person that would be able to use energy ammo, and that would be fine, and then the others would use different types of weapons, and that would kind of like balance it out a bit. But now, of course, you can have all three of you running around with a Volt or a Devotion and have plenty of energy ammo, and, of course, coming across lots of energy weapons. Now, you'll see in this clip, I mean, okay, using Beast of the Hunt and Bloodhounds, I do use the R301 to down the first person. The second person, I melt him with the Volt. He does use the log for cover, but you can see, like, just the damage. Okay, that's the R301. I swap out to the Volt, do a bit of damage there. I have to reload, and the reload time on the Volt is insane as well. It's actually only about 3 seconds. I'm sorry, that's very quick for any gun, especially one as powerful. So could that be another thing that maybe they changed with the Volt? Maybe they could tone down its reload speed and make it, you know, say like 5 seconds or something. Because then if you miss your shots, it would be a bit like the R99 used to be. It would be a little bit more forgiving, I suppose, in regards to that. But at least you'd have something. So maybe that is another way. Because I suppose with energy ammo, one of the big things I noticed with it as well is that when you fire your projectiles, it is the fastest travelling bullets. You don't really need to take into account where it's going to be. And I keep playing it like the R99 because it was light ammo, and I keep missing some shots for that reason. And I find that, you know, like with anything, it is just a great big pain in the neck. Now, that is pretty much it for my video. Do you think that energy ammo, energy weapons are a problem in this game? Is there a way of solving it? Is anything I suggested a good idea? So let me know in the comments below what you think, and whether you've got any ideas to solve it, because we want this game to be as fun as possible. But otherwise, that is it for me. You take care. See you later. Bye.